to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to those demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Ooh. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to those demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Come, whoever you are welcome here.
No matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here.
No matter your gender, whom you love, how you speak, whatever your abilities, you are welcome here.
You are welcome here whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes. You are welcome here.
No matter what you've experienced in the past or what awaits in the future, you're welcome here now.
Whether you believe in God all of the time or some of the time or none of the time, you are welcome here.
This is a community of loving hearts, open hands, and willing minds.
As we gather this morning, let us pause and acknowledge that the ground upon which we gather is the ancestral and current home of the Shoshone, Paiute, Goshute, and Ute tribes. With humility for the ways in which we have unwittingly participated in the harms perpetuated in the past and present, we seek now to learn a new way forward. We begin to partner, to ally, and witness with our indigenous siblings and friends the bringing forth of a new sacred dream of a community restored to fullness and a world healed to a greater wholeness. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tom, and my pronouns are he and him.
And I'm Brenda, and my pronouns are she and her.
Welcome to all gathered with us here in the sanctuary and those at home in our virtual audience. We extend an especially warm welcome to those of you who are with us for the first, second, or third time. We're so glad you're here with us, and we look forward to getting to know you.
As we gather here together, we wanted to have a moment of silence and space, thinking of those in Hawaii. In Hawaii, on Maui, in Lahaina, 93 so far that we know of have lost their lives. We think of climate change and human impact. We think of humans helping one another through this tragedy. Let us have a moment together. We are back in our sanctuary home, having spent much of the summer at Murray Park Pavilion 2. It's become an annual tradition to do this in the park in the summer. Today we're back, and our theme is being home.
You are not alone. And in many ways, you are right at home. Maybe just take a moment to look around and see the familiar faces. We're going to be talking today about ideas about being at home and being together to strengthen each other. Think about the feeling of being at home. What does that mean? It means that you're comfortable, that you know people, you're surrounded by people who love you and support you, challenge you. And it means that we create a safe space for each other. So we're going to be talking about how we can create that safe space together and help each other to be at home.
We light this chalice for the warmth of love, for the light of truth, and for the energy of action. Thank you, Brooklyn. Caitlin now has a time for all ages.
Would like to invite up all those who are young and young at heart for a story. I have one of my favorite stories for you. This is called Lost and Found, and it's by Kate Banks and Galia Bernstein. Does anybody have this book? Okay. Awesome. I like this book because it has a lot of animals in it. The wood mouse and the rabbit raced around the big bend in the forest. "What's that?" said the wood mouse, stopping short in her tracks. On a moss-covered mound lay a rag doll. The rabbit moved closer to the doll and sniffed. He knew the fresh, sweet fragrance of the forest after the rain and the scent of wild honeysuckle floating on the breeze, but the rabbit didn't know this smell. The otter poked her head out of her burrow. She placed a paw on the rag doll's hair. "What is it?" the otter asked. She knew the feel of the rough, ragged tree roots and the soft, silky heads of the pussy willows by the river, but she didn't know this. The other forest animals gathered around for a look. "It doesn't have a tail," said the hedgehog. "Or a wet nose," said the white-tailed deer. "And it doesn't like nuts," said the squirrel. Along came the beaver, who knew the sound of the water washing over the dam and the whine of the wayward wind. "What's that?" he asked when he spotted the rag doll. "We don't know," replied the rabbit. "I don't know either," said the beaver, "but I do know what those are." The beaver pointed to a patch of footprints leading away from the doll. "Let's follow them," he said. The animals wove in and out of the shady glade and under a canopy of oak trees. They kept going until they came to a meadow. They had never been out of the forest before, and it was a little frightening. But they were curious. Before them was a wide stretch of gray. "What's that?" asked the squirrel. The animals knew the forest trails thickly carpeted with leaves and the rounded path of the moon across the sky, but they'd never seen a road. They cautiously crossed it. On the other side was a house. "What's that?" asked the wood mouse. The animals had seen the eagle's matted nest and the den of the hibernating bear, but they'd never seen a home like this. Suddenly, the door of the house flew open and a child ran into the yard. The child looked familiar. It had brownish hair and dark eyes, and it had floppy arms and legs. It was wrapped in soft-colored cloth. "Is that it?" said the wood mouse. "Maybe," said the rabbit. "I think so," said the squirrel. "Without a doubt," cried the beaver. When the child returned to the house, the animals tiptoed into the yard and placed the rag doll on the swing. Then they scurried back to the deep forest, where they went about their business. But the next evening, when the moon appeared, the animals scampered to the edge of the forest again. Across the wide gray road, in the window of the house, shone a bright light. "What's that?" said the rabbit. "It shines, but it's not a star," said the hedgehog. They crept across the yard and right up to the lit window. Inside, the child was curled up in bed with the rag doll, reading a book. The child patted the doll's head and kissed its cheek. "I know what that is," said the rabbit, who knew the warmth of his mother's soft fur. "So do I," said the wood mouse, remembering the sound of her mother's heartbeat. "Me too," said the otter, who thought of her brothers tucked tightly in their burrow. "I remember," said the squirrel, imagining the gentle touch of his father's paw. "Yes," said the hedgehog, who fondly recalled sharing a meal with a friend. "I know too," said the beaver, looking at his dear companions while the white-tailed deer smiled in agreement. They had never seen a rag doll, a road, a house, a child, or a lit window, but they all knew what love was. The end.
This community, our church, and its many ministries are only made possible by the gifts you give of your time, your talent, and your treasure. Many of you pledge monthly to support our work, and for this we are grateful. Your gifts help to ensure that we are able to live our values of love and justice in the world outside. Part of our ministry at South Valley includes sharing our Sunday worship offerings with a charitable organization that aligns with our principles and values. This month, we have partnered with Voices for Utah Children, an organization that advocates and advances policies and practices that are good for all of Utah's children. Voices for Utah Children is making a difference in our kids' lives by raising awareness, influencing policy, and uniting our community. Please join me in reading our offertory words. They're printed in your order of service. We are this church. We are its hands, its heart, its voice. Together we share the wealth of this community and sustain it with our gifts. We'll now accept the offering for the
adventure scenes around me, and friends are ever kind and true. Though joyous mirth and song surround me, my heart, my soul still yearn for you. Ye valleys fair and snow-capped mountains, ye peaceful hamlets mid the trees, ye murmuring streams and crystal fountains, kissed by the cool soft balmy breeze. Words cannot tell how well I love thee, nor speak my longing when I roam. My heart alone can cry to heaven. God bless my own dear mountain home.
Okay, we're back in the building. We're home. You're in cozy little sections. You might have noticed. We're going to do something that in our starting point groups, which is our newcomers, but also people who want to kind of re-energize their spiritual journey can take these short classes. We take a tour. We take a tour of South Valley, and we talk about the hands and the hearts and the people who have made South Valley what it is today. And we realize that it's up to all of us of what the future holds. So we'll start here in the sanctuary with all of us, and then the back half's going to go with Tom, and the front half's going to go with me. And there's an elevator if the stairs aren't good for you. And let's do this. It's going to be fun. We own this building. Yay! And that was through lots of work and donations and efforts of those who came before us, and some of whom of us are still here. And it was the Episcopalians. And they, of course, had their services on Sunday morning. So we had our services at 4 o'clock on Sundays. Those who love to hike and ski might wish we still did. But so they graciously allowed us to use the space. And over time, they went to a new space and we got to buy the building. This chalice was created by Cynthia Davis, who now lives in California, who is a builder of violins. And these are pieces from the wood from building the violins. Behind me and around our walls are George Melling's artwork. He is now a proud 82, and in his retirement, he has been painting and is a beautiful artist and has been with South Valley many, many, many years. Our sound system, David Lane helped build it. James Palmer, lots of other people have enhanced, kept it going, made it happen. Back here on this side is the worship closet. Feel free to look inside if you want. It is blue, and that's because Travis and Maureen and I painted it blue one summer day because we wanted to. And it's cheery. And Travis fixed the drawers that were falling out because they weren't kept up. This on the other side is another closet that I don't want you to look in. It looks like maybe closets you've been before. So let's see, anything else to say? Anything else someone here wants to say? There you go. The piano was donated. What is her name? Monique Bandu. Yes, yes. And before that, we had, I don't know what we had. We didn't have much. So this was an amazing, beautiful gift. Yes, Tucker. Dan Vanderhoof gave us these fans? Okay, thank you. And Tucker made sure we have solar panels up on top of this ceiling. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're going to do this. We're going to kind of wander, look at what's here around us, speak some names. If you know some things, speak it up. Okay. Tom and I know a few things, but we don't know everything, right? Okay, front half, you'll just have to decide. Are you in the front half or back half? Front half, come up here.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way through the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Please remain standing for our extinguishing of the chalice.
Our words are in the order of service. We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of action. We hold each other in our hearts until we meet again.
Close your eyes, lay your head down. Now it's time to sleep. May you find great adventure as you lie and dream. If you're scared of the darkness, I will calm your fear. There's a light in the hallway, so you know I'm here. So count your blessings every day. It makes the monsters go away, and everything will be okay. You are not alone. You are right at home. Good night. Good night. Night. You will need me forever, but I'll still be here. For we all have our nightmares, even me, my dear. From now on, if you need me, you can sing this song. There's a light in the hallway, burning all night long. So count your blessings every day. It makes the monsters go away, and everything will be okay. You are not alone. You are right at home. Good night. Good night. Good night.